What's up, YouTube? What's up, Instagram? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Weekend Warriors podcast / show, episode number 1. I'm super pumped to be bringing this episode to you. One thing I do want to say right off the bat, okay, this video is going to be streamed on YouTube. It's on streamed on YouTube, so if you're on my Instagram, follow the YouTube, but this is not high quality right now. I understand that, and the reason for that is because my DSLR, actually the HDMI cable is acting up. But I said, you know what? I'm bringing this episode to you. Weekend Warriors. It's the weekend. And my energy's a little bit low right now, so I'm going to turn that up real quick. Problem is I got a few hours of sleep last night because I was not maximizing my weekend in a sense. But this is what I plan to bring to you on this podcast / show known as Weekend Warriors. Again, this is episode 1. We're going to be talking about the importance of mastering your weekends. For those that don't know, my name is John Mango, and I'm representing Beyond the Iron. But on this show, we are looking to help give you the tips and the tools to master your weekend and essentially separate you from the rest of the pack. Okay, so that is my goal with this show. If you jump in on the chat, you can leave some questions, comments, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Very appropriate for this to be going on right now at, what time is it right now? It's about 6 p.m., 6:15 p.m. on a Saturday, so a lot of you probably getting ready to go out or whatever the case may be. So, you know, what better time than to inject some fuel in there just to remind you that the weekend is not a time to slack. The weekend is not for you to just take lightly. And a very simple indication of this is the fact that the majority of people take weekends off. They take them lightly, okay? One thing I've learned is that if the masses agree with it, typically you should look on the other side of what they're all agreeing with. Because again, the majority of people are average. The majority of people take their weekends off. They don't take them serious. They take it as a time to relax, not to put in work, not to move ahead, not to get closer to their goals. And I don't think that that is optimal if you are trying to reach a goal, okay? So in this, we are going to talk about, by the way, it's going to be every Saturday. So again, I want to welcome everybody who's jumping on Instagram. Nobody's on YouTube yet, but if you're watching this after the fact, I appreciate you. And so today's episode, we're going to briefly talk about the importance of mastering the weekend. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to you, the reason why I'm creating this show is because I have been able to master my weekends, and I have determined, actually, I've anecdotally made an extreme amount of progress, both in reaching my goals, in increasing my income, improving relationships with family and friends, you know, improving happiness, significantly improving fitness. Okay, so I am a lot obviously geared towards fitness, but this is going to have to do with productivity. It's going to have to do with building the right habits. Okay, so very important stuff. And believe it or not, the weekend will be the key to most of you out there who want to start something, want to do something great, feel like you're not moving ahead, hit a plateau, whatever the case is. This show is for you. Okay, so definitely something to keep in mind is, you know, the weekends are the key. I'm going to start by saying that. And that's the reason I found it important enough to make this for y'all. So we're going to talk about, you know, why it's a difference maker and how you can actually master the weekends to move forward in your life, in your goals. Okay. Now, I want to go ahead and start this episode off with a quote that resonates with me until this day. And this quote is an interesting one. So I used to go to an LA Fitness. Okay, this was the first gym I used to go to. I was probably about 17 at the time. And there was a guy there who he looked really good. Okay, he looked great. He was shorter than me, but he still had size. I remember he took his shirt off, or he had a muscle shirt on like I do right now. And the guy just looked like complete. His physique looked great. Obviously knew what he was doing. So I decided to approach him and I asked him, I mean, we had been talking a bit, and I decided to ask him one time. I said, hey, what would be the number one tip that you have that you would say moved the needle the most in terms of your fitness? So I asked him because I was grinding in the gym and I was like, damn, I would love to look like this guy. So what better thing to do than to ask the guy that looks like that and see what I can get from it? And I'll always remember what he said to me. Okay. And he said this, and I'll explain why it was so important. He said, honestly, this is the number one thing I'll say transform my body, my fitness, my health, everything the most. And that was the day I decided to go from eating clean meals 5 days of the week to eating clean meals 7 days of the week. Okay. That was his advice. Out of all the things he could have told me, 17-year-old kid grinding in the gym, I was skinny at the time. That is the number one thing he told me. So the reason it resonated with me was because at the time I'm thinking, that's it. What do you mean, man? Where's the secret? That's all you got for me? You don't got some magical chest workout that I could do? You don't have some magical meal plan that I could follow? Instead, what he told me was the day I decided to go 5 days eating healthy to 7 days a week eating healthy, it changed his physique. It changed his fitness and his health forever. And that was so unsexy, right? That is not what people want to hear. And it's funny because now I've become who he is. And I remember hearing that and I said, you know what? That makes perfect sense. But it couldn't make that much of a difference, right? You're eating 5 days clean throughout the week. 5 is more than double those weekend days that you're messing up. So if you mess up on the weekends and you do whatever you want, hey, at least you get to enjoy it and still make progress from the week, right? Well, safe to say, I came to find out that that is not the case. And that's what we're going to talk about today. A little bit about why that isn't the case and why the weekends are actually, they matter so much more than the weekdays do. Okay. Everybody works out Monday to Friday, no problem. Everybody does. Okay. I say this all the time in my Orange Theory classes, on my YouTube channel, on my Instagram. Everybody can do fine Monday to Friday. It's not impressive. Don't come to me and say, I work out 5 days a week and think I'm going to be impressed. What 5 days are they? Do you work out on the weekends? Most people don't. Why don't you? Okay. And sure, maybe you do work out on the weekends. Doesn't matter. How's your eating? How is the most important aspect? How's your sleeping? How are your habits on the weekend? Are you getting up? Are you staying with your routine? Or are you just throwing it out the window? Are you sleeping in until 10, 11 a.m., 2 p.m., hungover, waking up, winging the day, relaxing, sitting back, Netflix, chilling? Is that what your weekend sounds like? Because most people, their weekends look like that. And if that's the case, then you need to make a change ASAP if your goal is to move forward and move forward fast in your fitness, your health, your lifestyle, your habits, your goals, your success, your happiness, your relationships, everything. Okay. So the weekend, and you might think I'm blowing this out of proportion. Of course, I'm not. That's the reason I'm bringing this content to you in this format. Okay. So here we go. Tip number one is it's called the weekend and everyone takes it off. Okay. So I spoke about this. It's almost like it was some sort of scam that was created because people said, okay, there's 7 days of the week. Let's make it 7 days of the week. And you know what? Let's make them work 5 days of the week and give them 2 days off. Why? Because the average person's going to think, well, you know what? I'll put up with those 5 days of the week. And then those last 2 days are my reward. And then they take those last 2 days off completely. They don't do anything productive. And then boom, the cycle starts all over again. But they say, hey, it's okay. Just got to make it to Friday. I make it to Friday and I'm good to go. I can do nothing because that's what I want to do. Now, that is the average person. This person does not have drive. They don't have ambition. They don't have goals. Okay? So this must have been some sort of scam. When I look at it, it is the reason why most people are obese, the reason why most people are broke, most people are unhappy. It is literally the weekend. And it's not a coincidence because average people take the weekends off. Everybody takes the weekend off, right? Cool. If you don't take the weekend off, you're listening to this, that's great. That's a step in the right direction. But you need to master the weekends to actually get them to help you create more momentum. Okay. So, you know, you need to take them seriously. People don't take them seriously. They binge drink, they binge eat. I was good Monday to Friday. I'll be fine. BS, man. So the second point I want to cover is this is extra time. Okay. Time is the most valuable asset, people always say. But then they go and watch Netflix for 3 hours. The weekend is free time. For all of you that work a 9 to 5 job, the weekend is your free time to get ahead. Okay. It is literally a ton of white space that you can fill with whatever you want. I love the weekends because I have a little extra white space that I can literally put straight into project development. So, for example, if I'm working on a project, I'm creating a product or something, content, I can literally just drop 4 or 5 hours into that in one day on the weekend. Whereas in the weekdays, obviously it's a little more hectic. Maybe you're going somewhere, maybe you're working. You can't just drop 4 hours straight into a project. The progress you're going to make during a week is much slower than on the weekend. Okay. You have a side hustle. You want to create a side hustle. You want to start a YouTube channel. You want to start an Instagram page. You want to start being a content creator. The weekends are going to be a must. No content creator is not going to take advantage of the weekends. You want to be a blog writer. Weekends. You can spend one weekend day and crank out article after article. Sit straight, commit, turn your phone off, and just dive right in. Record a batch of videos on Saturday. Sunday, edit and upload, schedule them all for the next week. You can do all that on the weekend. Meal prep on Saturday or Sunday. Have all the meals for the next upcoming week ready to go. You can do that on the weekend. You should do that on the weekend. Okay. You want to improve your learning, extracurricular activities or online courses, whatever the case is, investing this time into yourself as opposed to just wasting it. Okay. That is what we're talking about. That's the theme of this podcast. Stop wasting this precious time you have on the weekends to get ahead. Stop sleeping in until 10, 11, 12. Stop that because you're losing precious time and you'll never get it back. Okay. Number 3, you want to keep your routine consistent on the weekends, right? So the weekends, like I said, you want to treat it like a weekday because if you don't treat it like the weekday, it's going to be hard to actually create the habit over time. So let's say you want to start working out. Great. It's going to be harder to create a habit if you wake up early and work out every day of the week, and then you start waking up late on the weekends. It throws off your sleep cycle, throws off your hormones, throws off your balance for the day, all of that stuff. Treat your weekend days just like you would your week days in terms of, sleep schedule, in terms of getting work done, in terms of going to the gym, being productive, planning your nutrition, staying strict with your nutrition, okay? These are fundamental things that you must incorporate if you want to move forward. Healthier sleep pattern comes from, I remember my biggest thing with my sleep pattern was when I started waking up early on the weekends. It took me a long time of waking up 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. on the weekdays, but always 8, 9 on the weekends. And then one day I said, you know what? I kind of have to scale this back and see how it goes. Why not? I'm wasting precious time if I'm sleeping in on the weekend, right? I'm going to sleep early regardless on the Friday because I'm tired from being up so early on the Friday and having that whole week of just grinding. I'm going to wake up early on the Saturday. Boom, life changed. Now, by the time, not even close to when other people are waking up, I've already got the gym done. I've got my training done in the morning, my sales stuff. I've got my meditation, my goals, my reading, my self-development, my personal development. Everything is done before 10 a.m. And most people are either waking up at that time or even a few hours later, right? So you see that momentum, it's just going to carry through. I'm telling you, it's changed my life for the better, okay? And another thing would be drinking alcohol. Obviously, that's going to be a topic that I cover more in depth on one of the episodes here. But drinking alcohol, people don't realize that if you get hammered on the Friday or the Saturday or even the Sunday, if you're really trying to be, I'm really trying to go hard, or even all three of those days, you're not going to be recovering until midway through the week or even until the next weekend, only to repeat the cycle, right? So drinking is a killer in that sense, that if you really binge drink that far, like I used to go off the rails Friday and Saturday, sometimes Sunday. I used to get destroyed. Worst idea ever. And again, I was recovering maybe on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, only to drink and get hammered again. It's not a good formula. It's not a good formula. Let me tell you something. Back when I did that, my income compared to what it is now, a fraction. My happiness, a fraction. My success in relationships, my family, nothing. Nothing compared to what it is now ever since I moved away from that lifestyle and worked towards being productive on the weekend and getting stuff done. Okay. Fourth tip. There's 5 I'm talking about total today. My beer pong game, buddy. I blew it yesterday. Come on. We know that my beer pong game is good. Yesterday was a bit of a flop. Okay. Give me a break on that one. I just came from the bowling, man. You can't go from bowling to beer pong just like that. Something messes with you if you do that. You know what I mean? Tip number 4, 7 days over 5 days. It's a math game. Okay. It's simply math. You work 5 days of the week. I work 7 days of the week. Who's going to make more money? Unless I'm an idiot and I'm just working 7 days of the week, making $10 an hour. If you're making $50 an hour, sure, you could say that you're making more money than me. But then again, why wouldn't you just work those extra 2 days and you can make even more money? So 7 days, everybody has 7 days. Why would you only try to make money? Why would you only try to improve your health? Why would you only try to improve your life 5 of the 7 days? 48 hours out of 168 hours. You're literally just giving up, right? So it's straight math. You start going from, like the guy said at LA Fitness a little while ago, you go from 5 days of the week to 7 days of the week, eating clean, working out, doing business, working, making money, whatever the case is. You go from 5 to 7 days, game changer. And that's just straight math, okay? Fifth and final thing I want to touch on. Each weekend that you master begins to separate you more from the pack. So again, going back to what I realized when I started taking the weekend seriously, waking up super early, getting everything done before people wake up, is that, again, people are waking up and you've already done all this stuff. People waking up like, damn, this guy's already, it's 9 a.m. This guy's already crushing it. This guy's already posted stories. He's already hit the gym. He's already on business calls. He's already gone to work. He's already coached a class. He's already trained a client. He's already, whatever the case is, whatever your occupation is. Okay. And again, if you want to do a side hustle, maybe you don't want to go to your actual job, fine. Do the side hustle. Wake up early, read, meditate, whatever ritual you want to do that in the morning. Crush the gym, come back, work on the side hustle. Do your Instagram. You want to build an Instagram page? Start dropping content on your Instagram before everybody else wakes up, showing what you've been doing. People are going to be like, oh shit, you're going to stand out. It's that simple. Trust me. Trust me on that. People are going to start taking notice and people are going to start looking up to you a little bit. And they're going to think, wow, this guy's motivating. He's inspiring me. And that's going to start giving you a chance to maybe finally crack into some of these people someday and get them to, be about that life and say, you know what? I'm going to start taking the weekend serious to see how it goes. And boom, just like that, you've impacted somebody for the better, which is only going to come back in turn, motivate you more, take the weekends more seriously, get more done, and the cycle continues. Okay. So if you want to separate yourself from the pack, if you want to be successful in anything, whether it's, again, the side hustle, the YouTube channel, any content creation, you want to be more successful in your relationship with your wife, with your, I'm not married, but with your girlfriend and boyfriend, whatever, you gotta do the right things as often as possible. Okay. And it's funny that it's coming from me saying that, because not even a few years ago, I would be the last person to be telling somebody to do something the right way, So again, I feel like I'm able to come off and make this content for you because I personally just a couple years ago. Ask anybody that knows me, anybody that hangs out with me, anybody that was my friend. They'll tell you a whole different John Mango. That's for sure. So any Q&A, guys, I think I got some questions here on Instagram. Let's see. Should they take their rest days on weekends so they really feel like they get a break from everything, or should you use days of no work and get extra energy to kill your goals? All right, great question, Kate. So the question here is, should you rest on weekends? And honestly, I wouldn't. I'd say don't rest on weekends because, again, the weekends, the nature of the weekend being that it's, everybody's relaxing. Like, for example, even in my house, right? I'm still at my parents' because I'm planning on moving out soon. But I'm not going to rush it. I want to make sure I'm financially stable first. And I'm surrounded by my parents and they've got work off. So there's other people in the house doing other things that could interfere with you, that could kind of get you off track, that could cause another distraction. And, sure, you're taking the week off, you're taking the day off from your workout, but maybe your nutrition's going to suffer now. You're getting distracted. You're not going to get that work done. And if you don't get the work done, then you didn't go to the gym and you didn't get work done. So you always want to start every day off with a win. It doesn't have to be a full-on workout. Go for a run. Go out for a run. Do a quick HIIT workout. Get your body moving, but don't take rest days in that sense. When you have time, if you got the whole weekend free, that is literally the worst excuse to take a rest day. If you have all that time on the weekend, put it towards moving your body. The reason I don't take a rest day from the gym is not just because I want to build muscle. Actually, me not resting from the gym is less optimal for me to build muscle. For me, it's the mental game. Starting the day off with a win. Using the momentum from the workout and that high energy that I get after that, those endorphins, that feel good feeling, and use that for business, for productivity, for whatever else. So no, Kate, the answer to your question is they should not take rest days because that's what everybody does. Everybody takes a rest day on the weekend. The whole concept of this is rest days should not be taken probably ever. Now, if you're hitting weights hard, I'm not saying don't rest from that. Sure, take the deload, listen to your body, but always get movement in. There's no excuse not to. Move your body every day, pump your body up, and fuel the rest of your day with that win at the beginning. Use your days of no work and the extra energy to kill your goals. Kill your goals regardless, man. I think working out is essential to killing your goals in general. Okay, so if you're taking a rest from the workout and you're not moving, you're not going to feel as good as when you do. Only take don't have none of those weekend rewards. Good. Weekend rewards are no good. Hope you're wanted to ask you a question. I was 16 stones, double XL, quite obese. Then I done a diet just ate really less now, 11 stones. Still have better. Okay, that was a tough question to read out. So the question is essentially, how do you lose weight? Eat less, track your calories, track your weigh-ins. If you're not losing weight and you're tracking your calories, cut the calories by 100. Keep doing that until you see weight loss, okay? So you will continue to lose weight. All you got to do is either up the cardio, lower your food intake, or both at the same time, okay? Hope that helps. By the way, if you want more information on that, check out my YouTube channel, John Mango. I'll help you out there, okay? YouTube. I want to thank everybody for watching, everybody that tuned in on Instagram and on YouTube. Cheers, guys. I hope you are as pumped as I am. You're definitely not as pumped as I am. I'm the only one that's pumped here, probably. Let's be real. But I'm looking to make something big out of this. So, first episode, Weekend Warriors. Expect this every Saturday. Next Saturday, I'm going to get this feed working for my DSLR to make an actually high-quality live stream on YouTube. And so that is the 5 things that I covered today for mastering your weekends and why it's so important. And a little bit of tips, a little bit of anecdote in there for you. So I want you guys to let me know, do you take the weekend off? Do you take your weekend seriously? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know on Instagram. Any questions you have, any comments, concerns, share with your friends. Share with your, maybe you're taking the weekend seriously and your spouse isn't. Share it with them. Show them and explain to them and use this to help them understand why they need to be doing this. Okay? That's it, everyone. Again, my name is John Mango. I'm representing Beyond the Iron. We're looking to take, I'm stumbling over my words, 3.5 hours of sleep is killing me. We're looking to take your fitness and your nutrition further so you may change your life forever. This is the Weekend Warrior episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And I'll be signing off now. And I'm looking to bring more content to you. So again, I appreciate this. If you want to see a specific topic on the weekends, just let me know below, and I'll be sure to bring that to you. All right. Cheers, everyone. Hope you all have a great day.